All right, guys, I've got bad news. So, Tansy had told me a while back how much money he was making from Failure to Stop. And when he was, we'll call it a correspondent, when he was a correspondent for Dragon Ball Sports. And it was like $20,000 a month. And even at the time, I didn't really believe it because the numbers on YouTube didn't back that up. But Spotify's numbers aren't public, so I was like, maybe he's really doing that well on Spotify. And then we started He's Wrong, She's Right. And he and Ashley came on that show within the first couple months of that. And that episode kind of bombed. Didn't do really well at all. And I was like, they were like one of our first guests. We're a small show. Nobody really knows who we are. The people kind of know who I am, but I wasn't weighing it towards me. I was weighing it towards who our guest was. And on Spotify didn't do good. And by Spotify, when I say Spotify, I'm saying like Spotify is our distributor for themselves, for Apple, for Amazon, for every other feed and RSS that's not specifically YouTube, Rumble, X, Facebook, whatever. Like they handle distribution for everything else. And it's like, we're a new show. It's not a really big deal. Around the same time as when Nick folded the neutral position. So they completely shut off the channel. And I thought the show was gone, and it was. And then I just found out recently that he just folded it into his personal YouTube account. Go look at the numbers. The average view per episode is like 12. Okay. I know how much money Nick was asking from sponsors per episode because I was there when he started it. For Tansy to say that he was making $20,000 a month, it wasn't happening. For Nick to be making like 2 to 6 per episode with like a max of 100 views, but the average was like 20. Dude, these guys, I really want to believe that Tansy, like, I've known Tansy for, I introduced Tansy to Nick to help him promote his book. I really thought that was going to be a good relationship, and I think it has been for Tansy, actually, at least for his book and maybe for other endeavors. He's doing social media for Ranger Up now that Nick is trying to bring Ranger Up back. But dude, like, fuck, man. I really wish like Tansy the best because I think he's a good guy. I don't even know what to say, man. It's a fucked up fucking situation. Like, I wish Tansy the best. I don't want him to fail, but I do think he lied about how much money he was making. He came off. He was doing stuff for Drinking Bros, and I was a contractor for Drinking Bros at the time, and I thought that there's no reason to not believe him because Drinking Bros is making money. Why wouldn't Tansy be making money? And he spun off into his own show. When I visited him 5-ish years ago up in Clayton, he was running his show out of a music studio that's like it's like a music store that does like classes for minors. So like you can come in and like learn how to like play guitar or whatever. It's like 10-year-olds. He had like a little corner room. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, like, I run my set out of my house. So like, why would this be weird that he's doing that? But I just don't think he was making that much money. And DJM was desperate for money. Desperate for money. And I think that the failure to stop set was moved because he sold the distillery, which was down the road from where the recording studio was, like literally blocks away. So I don't have proof without looking into this, but I think he sold to invest into DJM in some way. And now that DJM has basically failed, they have two buildings. They have an office building, and then they have a warehouse building. The warehouse is like where the sets are, and then the office building is where you've seen Tansy posting recently of like being the invited to be the social media director for Ranger Up's Resurrection. That building was a piece of shit. I probably still have video or at least pictures of it. It was like it's like a multi-tenant building, and it was a giant piece of shit. They were talking about doing all kinds of stuff to it, and that was the last time that I went to Durham. We went there, we looked at it, and then a couple days later, Nick fired me. So, yeah, man, I really want Tansy to not be. Yeah, I was just talking to my wife about it, and even she's disappointed because she really likes Ashley. She really likes how Tansy appears on camera, talking about his family. You know, they are very family oriented, or at least they present that way. Nick has like 25 fucking kids. Eric has like 23 fucking kids. I think Eric has 6. Yeah, I'm very disappointed right now. Yeah, I'm happy that Tansy's book has done well, but I think he's already given up promoting that. And I think that that's kind of a clear indication because typically, even the books that we promoted when I worked for Nick, like Chad Robichaux's book, obviously Tim Kennedy's book, I can't think of the guy's name. I can see his face and I can't think of his name. He's another reporter. Those dragged on for a long time. Danzy's book should have came out in 2023, and I would have if it wouldn't have been for me introducing him to Nick. So for it to just come out this year, that kind of tells you a little bit. Like Nick had to editorialize it and give his input and do all the blah, 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 blah. This video's dragged on. I'm sorry, guys, but fuck, man. These dudes are fucking really pissing me off and wearing me out.